Don't get me wrong, I do actually like Christmas. But why can't we just keep it in December? We haven't even had bonfire night. We haven't even had fireworks. We've literally just had Halloween and already there's Christmas shit. Get this shit off me!
Call it GrumpTV, cause things are just so bad. They call it GrumpTV.
There's a story that keeps getting retweeted by the GrumpTV Twitter account, and it says, the headline says, it's good for you to be grumpy. So I'm going to read that story, and then we'll talk about it, and that's what I'm going to do, okay? Thank you. Right, this is the first I've seen of it, so bear with me. Feeling grumpy is good for you. In a bad mood? Don't worry. According to research, it's good for you. An Australian psychology expert who's been studying emotions has found being grumpy makes us think more clearly. Well, that's rubbish for starters. How does he know that? What's he basing that on? It amazes me how they can come up with these stories. What's he doing? I mean, I can think clearly when I'm happy. I can think clearly when I'm grumpy. How is it more clear when you're grumpy? What is he getting at? What does he mean? In contrast to those annoying happy types, miserable people are better at decision making and less gullible, his experiments showed. While cheerfulness fosters creativity, gloominess breeds alternativeness and careful thinking. Professor Joe Forgas told Australian Science magazine. EO days. The University of New South Wales researcher says a grumpy person can cope with more demanding situations than a happy one because of the way the brain promotes information processing strategies. I hate buzzwords like that. That doesn't actually mean anything. Who gets paid to write this bullshit? He asked the volunteers to watch different films and dwell on positive or negative events in their life, designed to put them either in a good or a bad mood. Next, he asked them to take part in a series of tasks, including judging the truth of urban myths and providing eyewitness accounts of events. Those in a bad mood outperformed those who were jolly. They made fewer mistakes and were better communicators. Professor Forga says, whereas positive moods may seem to promote creativity, flexibility, coordination and reliance on mental shortcuts, negative moods trigger more attentive, careful thinking, paying greater attention to the external world. Ripper. The study also found that sad people were better at starting their case through written arguments, which Forgas said showed that a malignant mood may actually promote a more concrete, accommodative and ultimately more successful communication style. His earlier work shows the weather has a similar impact on us. Wet, dreary days sharpened memory, whilst bright, sunny spells made people forgetful. Wrong. Wrong. Prove it. Let's read the comments on this now then. Hallelujah! I intend to show this to everyone who has ever branded me with various epithets for being negative. Being grumpy raises my blood pressure, and I usually make wrong decisions when I am grumpy. I usually sleep on it, relax, and then make a decision, which is usually the correct decision. I don't like grumpy people, and I usually avoid them. That comment has just completely blown this article out of the water. I'm generally a very grumpy person, but I've definitely noticed my decision-making and general awareness is far higher than that of my friends who are normally much happier, jolly, and generally carefree. I love being grumpy. It's clearly an advantage. You can't be happy about being grumpy because you're not being grumpy then, are you? This study provides a plausible explanation of Schauhabenhirn's philosophical clarity and superb prose, and yet paradoxically, the great grump has more profound influence beyond philosophy in the realm of all those cheerful creative artists. What? Stop just trying to use long words to sound clever, dick. I find I'm happy when I'm just a little grumpy. What? The grumpy feeling seems to aid me in concentrating on mental tasks. Maybe in this stressful modern era, a touch of grumpy is all that's needed, rather than antidepressants and other drugs. Could it not also be argued or proven possibly that making decisions while grumpy can lead to one to make rash decisions, or is that only when you are angry, since angry and grumpy are not the same thing? Gives a shit. There's a video that keeps getting retweeted, there's a story that keeps getting retweeted by GrumpTV. Fuck. There's a video that keeps getting retweeted by GrumpTV. and it's saying, or it's claiming that there's a video. For what is wrong with